Sup world, hope y'all living well. So I got a little something, and that something is I did internal family systems therapy for almost 2 years, and basically internal family systems, I love it, and I know it was meant for me because it's working with all the different parts of you. You know, when you're like, oh, a part of me feels this way, you know, or a part of me feels, you know, that's because that's a real thing. We all have those parts in us, in different parts. And I even learned that there can be multiple parts. You know, say you got anxiety or anger. That's been one of my biggest struggles, is in my shadow, is a lot of anger, even though we'll go into it more. But I realized that anger was protecting me, so it was actually a good thing. And you got to get to know it and show up for it. So yeah, essentially all of our parts, and there is no bad parts, by the way. There's more or less audio, no bad parts is what it's called on Spotify, if you care to check it out. And there's, you know, work to do with it and everything. In fact, I got to go back through it. But it's our job to show up for the different parts of us, because those different parts all have needs. And that kind of ties in with, you know, you can only meet people as deeply as you've met yourself. Man, it's beautiful today. Love it. And so if you haven't met the sadness within yourself, you know, even the love, if you haven't met those things in yourself, how are you supposed to show up for anybody else in the proper way, the most healthy way? You can try, and, you know, people do it all the time, but are you doing it in the most healthy way? You know, and like I'm saying, if you haven't met those parts in yourself and you haven't met yourself deeply, something scrambling in the bushes, you can't show up properly. And so it's on us to show up for those parts of ourselves. And once you do, it's just, again, it's life-changing. This is life-changing stuff, you know. And so listen to those parts. A lot of times there can even be an inner parts battle, you know, where there's parts arguing there, you know. It's crazy, but it's real. And so yeah, just know it's your job to show up for those parts of you. You know, it's like our inner child never goes away, but it's our job to now show up for that inner child part, to parent it, to keep parenting it, to create safety, because safety within ourselves and our relationships is the most important thing. Safety, baby. And so play, love life, live. Let that inner child play and enjoy, and show up for them, because it's your job now. It's our job to parent or reparent. And I've had to do a lot of work on the reparenting part, but you have to remember and be intentional to keep showing up for yourself and all of your parts. Let that one soak in.